Recently, America's food guidelines have been moving towards a very simple message: eat real food. Real food means food we can recognize. Vegetable, fruit, fish, eggs, beans, rice, whole grains, fermented foods. I think this message is important, but in real life, for me, there were days when it felt like a pressure. A few years ago, when my kids were still 1 and 3, my husband often come back home late and I had just started working again. I knew in my head that eating real food was important, but the more I thought, oh, I have to cook properly, the more stressful it became. I wanted my family to eat well. I wanted to take care of my own body too, but most days I was just so tired. So I understand that knowing what is healthy and actually doing it after a long day are two very different things. Sometimes we buy vegetable and they go bad before we use them. Sometimes we want to cook something healthy, but we end up ordering takeout or grabbing whatever it is easiest. And then we feel disappointed in ourselves. But I don't think that means we are lazy. Most of the time, we just need a simple system we can come back to even on tired days. So today, as a Japanese mom and a business owner who practice this every day, I want to share a very practical approach to making eating real food actually durable, even when we are tired and busy. First, I want to say this clearly. Healthy eating routine does not mean you cook perfectly every day. We often put so much pressure on ourselves. We think we should cook every day. We should think about nutrition every day. But when we try to do all of that from zero every day, it becomes too much, especially when work is busy, when we are emotionally tired, when we are still building the confidence in the kitchen. So today, I want to focus on 4 practical steps that help us support our future self when we have a little more energy. Before we get into 4 steps, I want to invite you to take my free quiz. When you answer the quiz, you'll discover why cooking has been hard for you to keep up with, and the first step you can take to break the pattern. The quiz is based on the growth that I see in my real coaching clients and then practical solutions I develop through the process. It's free and you can find the link in the description box. Now let's get into 4 steps. The first step is make a soup with lots of vegetable and keep it ready. When we hear eat more vegetable, we often think, oh, we need to add another dish. We think we need to make a salad, we need to make a side dish, we need to prepare one more thing. But on tired day, one more thing can feel very heavy. So instead, we can put the vegetable into soup. Carrots, onion, cabbage, mushrooms, which my kids hated, potatoes, beans, seaweed, whatever vegetable we already have in the fridge. The soup can be miso-based or it can be tomato-based. It can be a bean or lentil soup. The type of soup is not the most important part. The important part is this. We make vegetable easy to eat. We do not have to force ourselves to eat vegetable as a separate task. We can make them warm, comforting, and already prepared. When soup is ready, for me, dinner becomes much easier. I can warm the soup, I can heat the frozen rice, I can cook the chicken or fish I already prepared on the weekend. That alone gives me the shape of a meal. We do not have to cook vegetable from zero every single time. We can simply put them into a pot ahead of time. This is one of the gentlest ways to bring real food back into our daily lives. The second step is marinate protein and freeze it. When we try to eat healthier, protein is often where we get stuck. How should we season chicken? How should we handle fish? It is cooked enough? Try to think about all of this in the evening when we're already tired. It's hard. So we prepare it earlier. when we have more energy. The idea is very simple. Season the protein ahead of time so that later, all we need to do is cook it, warm it, or add it to the meal. For example, with chicken, we can marinate it with the soy sauce, ginger, garlic, and a little bit of honey or maple syrup. For fish, we can keep it very simple with salt, pepper, and a touch of lemon juice when we serve it. My personal favorite is marinating fish into a shiokoji, which is a traditional Japanese fermented rice seasoning. Then we freeze it in single meal portions. The goal is not to finish everything in advance. The goal is to make it easier for our weekday to begin. Instead of asking, oh, what should we cook today? Instead, we can ask, which protein should we use today? You see the difference? It's a huge difference because we are limiting the decisions. Healthy eating is not decided only by our motivation in the evening. Very often, it is decided by what is waiting for us in the freezer or fridge. When we prepare protein ahead of time, we are helping our future selves. The third step is freeze carbs so they are ready. This sounds simple, but for me, it matters a lot because when we are tired, we do not have already carbohydrate, it becomes much easier to order food or snack or grab something less nourishing. A good place to start is rice. When I cook rice, I mix in grains like barley, brown rice, or other grains. Then after cooking, I freeze it in single portions. Just doing this reduces the feeling of, oh, there's nothing to eat. Because now we have a frozen rice, we have vegetable soup, and we have a marinated protein. With those three things, we can still build a meal even when we feel tired. The goal is not to finish everything in advance. The goal is to make it easier for our weekday to begin. For those of us who prepare the bread can work too. Instead of leaving the whole loaf out, we can slice it and freeze it. In the morning, we can toast frozen bread and add egg, like cheese, soup, fruits, or another protein. I personally don't treat carbohydrate as the enemy. The point is to eat protein, carbs, and fats in a balanced way, a little bit of each, in a way that works for our body. And we feel like we ate too much. Our body is often giving us a signal. We can listen to the signal, adjust, and come back again. It does not have to become guilt. It can simply become information from our body. The fourth step is create a fallback pattern instead of trying to make a perfect meal. Japanese home cooking often has a simple structure called ichiju sansai. It means one soup and three dishes. In everyday life, I use this as a basic guide. A bowl of soup, a bowl of rice, protein, and two small vegetable side dishes such as pickle, salad, or simple cooked vegetable. This structure helps me for two reasons. First, it helps with the portion control, and the second, it helps me keep variety in the ingredients I eat. But if I turn Ichiju Sansai structure into everyday rule, then I will be very overwhelmed and stressful. So at Miwa Japanese Cooking, the goal is not to have a perfect Ichiju Sansai meal every single day. It's more like we have a pattern that we can return to when we feel lost. For example, on tired day, this can be enough. Frozen rice or frozen bread or pasta, vegetable soup, chicken or fish that we already marinated and frozen. If I have more energy, I can add something small like fruit, yogurt, eggs, cut vegetable, canned fish. But if I cannot add anything, that is totally okay. We often make food into two extremes. Either we make a proper meal or we give up completely. But we need more options in the middle. Even if we cannot make a perfect meal, we can still come back to a basic pattern. When we have this fallback pattern, healthy eating becomes less like a special project and more like a daily life. And that is exactly what I guide people through in my coaching. If we take one thing from today's video, let it be this. Eating real food is not about being perfect. It's about having something we can return to even on tired days. For me, that starts with a few simple things. Soup in the fridge, protein in the freezer, rice or bread ready to eat, and a basic meal pattern we can rely on. When these things are ready, dinner does not have to start from stress. And if you want to understand why cooking has been hard for you to keep up with, feel free to take the quiz in the description. That will help you to understand what's in the way and also first step that you can take to improve that. So I hope it helps. Thanks a lot for watching and see you on the next one. Bye bye, mata ne.